Another day, another story. PlayStation's mascot platformer Astro Bot won the top prize at the 2024 Game Awards on Thursday night as several major studios unveiled their upcoming projects, including a new sci-fi game from the creators of The Last of Us, Naughty Dog, a first glimpse of The Witcher 4 and a sequel to 2022 award winner Elden Ring. Aside from the big Game of the Year prize, Astro Bot also won the Best Game Direction, Best Action Adventure Game, and Best Family Game awards. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. In an emotional acceptance speech, the game's director Nicolas Doucet said he was thankful for the huge privilege to be potentially the first game many children will play, and paid tribute to Sony's rival Nintendo and its flagship Mario series for inspiring them to make a platformer. PlayStation maker Sony scored a few other big wins on Thursday night, as its other surprise hit of the year, shooter Helldivers 2, won Best Multiplayer Game and Best Ongoing Game. Sega's critically acclaimed role-playing game Metaphor ReFantazio was the night's other big winner, as it picked up the Best Role-Playing Game, Best Narrative, and Best Art Direction prizes. Indie card game Balatro, which was created by a solo developer and was one of the surprise commercial and critical hits of the year, won Best Independent Game, Best Debut Indie Game, and Best Mobile Game. Get Forbes breaking news text alerts. We're launching text message alerts so you'll always know the biggest stories shaping the day's headlines. Text alerts to 201-335-0739 or sign up here. What were the biggest announcements at the Game Awards? As with previous years, aside from the awards, the event also showcased several high-profile new titles from top studios, including Sony's Naughty Dog, CD Projekt Red, From Software and many others. The night's biggest announcement was made just before the final award, as Last of Us creator Naughty Dog revealed Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, a new sci-fi game. Details about the game are sparse, as it is a new franchise for the studio, but on its website, the studio says the game features a new protagonist, Jordan A. Moon, who is a dangerous bounty hunter. Tati Gabrielle will play Moon, and the game also appears to feature Kumail Nanjiani. CD Projekt Red offered a first look into its next title, The Witcher 4, which stars Ciri, a key side character from the last Witcher game, as its main protagonist. From Software revealed Elden Ring Night Train, a follow-up to the 2022 Game of the Year award winner, which is slated to launch next year. Night Train appears to be a spin-off rather than a direct sequel to Elden Ring, and was described as a co-op action survival game, instead of an action role-playing game like the original. Capcom also unveiled two games that are follow-ups of 2000's cult classics, the Onimusha action-adventure series and the critically acclaimed Okami. Onimusha: Way of the Sword is the first major entry into the series in nearly 2 decades, and it is scheduled to release in 2026. Way of the Sword appears to retain the fantasy feudal Japan setting seen in other titles in the franchise, but appears to be a soft reboot instead of a sequel. The Japanese publisher also teased that it was working on a sequel to Okami, which was first released in 2006. Astro Bot's triumph at the Game Awards 2024 was a highlight of the evening. Developed by Team Asobi and published by Sony, this sequel to Astro's Playroom was praised for its creative use of the PlayStation 5's DualSense controller, offering unique gameplay features like hovering and spin attacks. It commemorated PlayStation's 30th anniversary, embodying the legacy of titles like Super Mario Bros. The game sold 1.5 million copies by November 2024, establishing itself as a standout in the platformer genre. The game boasts 90 levels, which are split across 6 galaxies and 60 planets. Each of the levels fall under 3 different difficulty settings: easy, normal and hard. The main story levels, dubbed Playful Stages, primarily fall under the easy and normal difficulties, whereas the optional challenge stages, dubbed Complex Stages, fall mainly under the hard difficulty. Each level also contains a difficulty indicator, which is highlighted before entering the level. Both playful and complex stages are said to arrive following the game's release in the form of post-launch downloadable content by the end of 2024. Traversal between the galaxies and levels is achieved through the Dual Speeder, a spaceship shaped like a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. Similar to Astro Bot Rescue Mission, every level contains a set number of bots which Astro has to rescue, ranging from 7 bots in the main platformer levels to only 1 or 2 bots in the boss fights and challenge levels, citation needed. There are 315 bots that can be rescued and recruited in total, 301 in the base game that were available at launch, 10 that were added later in the Stellar Speedway world, and 4 from Astro's Playroom. Unlike in Rescue Mission, VIP bots, collectible bots which reference various PlayStation characters in their visual appearance, can also be rescued and recruited. There are 150 unique VIP bots, so more are to be included alongside the free DLC levels. Many of the deep cut bot characters from PlayStation's history are rescuable in the game's complex levels. All of the bots that have been collected can be viewed in a centralized hub world, where they can be viewed and interacted with. In order to help connect Astro Bot to its predecessor, Astro's Playroom received a free content update on June 7, 2024. In order to help connect Astro Bot to its predecessor, Astro's Playroom received a free content update on June 7, 2024. It added extra artifacts to the gacha machine which corresponded to various PlayStation 5 accessories, such as the PlayStation VR 2 headset and the PlayStation Portal. Each of these artifacts could be stored in a new room accessed through the PlayStation Labo room. It also contained a brand new mission room, which displayed a countdown until Astro Bot's release and directed players to the game's official store page. Collectible coins are scattered across the planets, which can be used to purchase a variety of different things. The main way to spend coins is in the gacha machine, which gifts the player costumes they can equip and skins for the dual speeder, along with items for the VIP bots. These items reference specific objects used by the characters in their home games, and gifting it to them causes them to perform specific actions referencing said games. Coins may also be used to purchase a Bluebird helper that assists the player in uncovering any bots or puzzle pieces which they might have missed on their first attempt at the level. The Bluebird helper is available at the beginning of each level, and can only be purchased from the second attempt of a level onwards. 5 additional speedrun levels were announced as free downloadable content during the September 2024 State of Play event. The online levels were released on a weekly basis from October 17, 2024 to November 14, 2024 and featured additional VIP bots such as the Shock Troopers from Helldivers 2 and Eve from Stellar Blade. In the United States, Astro Bot was the second best-selling software in the week of release and 21% higher than Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart's debut in the United Kingdom. In Japan, the game sold 12,672 physical units throughout its first week of release, making it the second best-selling retail game of the week in the country. It had sold 34,902 physical units in Japan by the 30th of September 2024. On November 8, 2024, Sony announced that Astro Bot had sold 1.5 million units as of November 3. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.